Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about some more positive news recently released regarding Tesla stocks. And so in this news video today, we have three different news pieces. They're all pretty major. One is about a recent price target upgrade for Tesla stock by Wedbush. Another is about Model 3 exports from the Shanghai Gigafactory. And then we also have a news piece regarding some high Tesla demand in South Korea. So a bunch of exciting stuff to talk about today. So as always, if you enjoy the Tesla videos and the news videos, please make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out and I greatly appreciate it. But just addressing Tesla stock today and the current share price, we are at a current share price of $433.45 per share. And in the normal market hours today, we had a minus 2.01% drop, which is minus $8.84. And then in the after hours, we had a plus 0.61% drop, which is plus $2.62 added on to the share price. So a red day overall for Tesla, but for those that are interested in picking up Tesla stock at a discount, then today was actually a pretty solid day for that. So anyways, now that we've addressed all of this, let's get into the first news piece of today, which is about a recent price target upgrade for Tesla stock by Wedbush. So let's go ahead and check out this article and then we'll expand on it a little bit more and discuss it. And so as you can see, this is an article by Markets Insider and author Ben Wink. And so of course, as always, we greatly appreciate this information. And the article is titled, Tesla will gain another 14% as company closes in on 500,000 annual deliveries, Wedbush says. So just judging from this article title alone, there seems to be an emphasis on this 500,000 deliveries for this year for this recent price target upgrade. However, we'll get into that in just a few seconds, but I just want to take note of that as well. Based on this price target, they're really only factoring in some short-term things. I would consider just focusing on this year's delivery numbers a pretty short-term perspective, but as we know, Wedbush also factors in some things into the future as well. I believe they have a $700 bull case, which they factor in energy and a lot of those other things, but I just wanted to take note of that with this analysis in this price target upgrade. At least from what Wedbush is saying themselves, it seems like there's a little bit of a short-term perspective on the fact that this is mainly just focused on the delivery numbers for this year. So just getting into the major key points of the article, it states the analysts lifted their price target on Tesla shares to $500 from $475, implying a 13.7% climb from Friday's closing level. Over the next 12 months, Wedbush maintained a neutral rating on the shares. So just from this information alone, this is all regarding a 1-year price target. So in comparison to ARK Invest, which is like a 4-year price target, this is a little bit different. It's more focused on the short term, as emphasized with me talking about annual deliveries. And it talks about what analysts have been saying, in which it says the 500,000 delivery target is, quote, a line in the sand that was a pipe dream 6 months ago, as Tesla and other auto players have navigated this unprecedented Rona backdrop, end quote, according to these analysts. And it states China in particular could markedly increase Tesla's profitability over the next few years as the country comes to represent more than 40% of the automaker's annual sales, according to Wedbush. And it says with Model Y deliveries ramping up into the fourth quarter and China demand surging ahead, the automaker is set to turn its Wednesday earnings release into, quote, another step forward, end quote, compared with its struggling peers, the team wrote. And so at the beginning of this article, it also notes a few key discussion points kind of regarding some of the pieces of information that Wedbush emphasized. So it says a first key point is that strong third quarter deliveries set Tesla up for healthy earnings beat on Wednesday and a sales milestone before the year is out. Another is, quote, improved manufacturing efficiency and shining Gigafactory 3 success in China are key drivers of the company's near-term success. And then the next few are just talking about what we addressed already, which is that 500,000 vehicle milestone for this year, and also just the price target upgrade from $475 to $500. So just addressing that article alone, I do like the fact that although the title seems to focus a little bit more on the short term and this year, there's also some perspective being added towards the future as well. And that plays a role with the Shanghai Gigafactory, especially the market in China, and how Model Y is supposed to start ramping up production once phase 2 is completed at that factory. So a lot of crucial information about the next couple of years of Tesla and how that's directly going to be related to a lot of sales in China. So a lot of important things to talk about, but the key points of this article are basically about the Shanghai Gigafactory, this 500,000 vehicle delivery milestone goal for this year, and also just about the future market in China. So with this price target upgrade from $475 to $500, I'm a big fan of this. Obviously, Obviously, I'm a little bit more bullish on Tesla. I'm one of those people that leans a bit more towards the ARK Invest price target, and I'm also just more of a long-term investor and long-term perspective type of person, in which the ARK Invest price target kind of fits my mindset a little bit more, since it's a price target for 4 years out instead of just a year from now. So I'm kind of in the ARK Invest group, but still, Wedbush is on point here with their discussion about China and the relevancy of that market in the future and how the Shanghai Gigafactory is going to make big moves for Tesla. So I think they're right on a lot of things. They've hit the nail on the head. However, in terms of the price target, I think they're being a little bit conservative. I know that they also have bull cases. They have a bull case of $700, which I think is pretty reasonable as well. But as I said, I'm a little bit more bullish. But in terms of the analysts, Wedbush seems to be one of the ones that are a little bit more bullish than the rest of the analysts on Tesla, maybe aside from just ARK Invest and a few other major ones. But still, Wedbush is definitely on the map for emphasizing the value in Tesla right now. So they definitely deserve props for that. But I have to say, I think Tesla is going to be more than $500 per share in a year from now. I really think it's as simple as that it's going to be a lot more than that. But of course, as I said, even a year from now would still be short term in my perspective. So it wouldn't even really make a difference where it's at a year from now, unless I'm just trying to take advantage of a sale price. Next up, we have an article by the Tasmanian and author Eva Fox. So as always, we greatly appreciate this information. Big shout out to the Tasmanian. And this article is titled, Tesla Giga Shanghai has thousands of Model 3s ready to export to 10 plus of European countries next week. So this article title alone is huge because, as we know, a major aspect of criticism that comes from bears a lot of the times, and it's pretty cherry-picked to be honest, is the statistic on the sales in Europe and the criticism of how Tesla isn't doing as well in Europe as a lot of the other locations in the world. So the Europe market in terms of EVs, Tesla hasn't been as dominant. However, we recently did see the Model 3 take over in terms of sales. It took over the Renault Zoe, I think. So we are starting to see Tesla get a little bit more towards the forefront of this market in Europe. And just keep in mind though, at this point in time, it makes sense that they haven't really been shipping a lot to Europe because it just saves them money if they go ahead and sell it close to the Gigafactories that they're making them at, or the Fremont factory in the US. So to ship it out is a lot more cost and things like that. So that explains why so far Tesla has been mainly focusing on taking care of their customers near their production lines at their Gigafactories and near their Tesla locations, just because it makes sense to not have to ship it across the world to other countries and locations. But this is huge in itself because this is going to have an impact on the European market. And obviously there's that Tesla effect as well, where a lot of Europeans may decide to purchase a Tesla, tell their friends as well. And then as we know with Teslas, that just expands through your social connections. And people that own Teslas are basically like mavens. They have a lot of knowledge on the product and the company, and they love sharing that with their friends and people within their social network. So this is pretty huge, and it also addresses a major topic of criticism from Tesla bears. And so as we can see from this image here, the parking lot is absolutely loaded down with Model 3s that are 100% going to be sold with no issue in Europe at all. I completely believe that. And so just to address a key point of this article, it states Tesla has begun exporting China-made Model 3s to Europe. The Giga Shanghai-made electric vehicles will be sold in more than 10 European countries, including Germany, Italy, Switzerland, and France, said Tesla China VP Grace Tao. Then it states rumors that Tesla is preparing to export the made-in-China Model 3 have been circulating for some time. Yesterday, Tasmanian source who asked to remain anonymous confirmed that Giga Shanghai is starting to export Model 3s, which is consistent with the data obtained from observations of the factory. So that's pretty huge in itself. Like I said, we're starting to see them expand to a market that hasn't seen as many Teslas as other locations across the world. So that's pretty nice that we're finally going to have some demand being met in Europe. And another thing to take note of as well is that the made-in-China Model 3s are actually really high quality. A few months ago, we got a news piece about how the Model 3 quality is actually really good. And in the United States, we have heard some complaints about the Model 3s and different models. And so there have been some manufacturing issues where customers haven't been satisfied in some situations. So just knowing this news of how the Model 3s coming out of the Shanghai Gigafactory are not only good quality, but the fact that the good quality ones are being exported to these locations in Europe as well is pretty important because, as we know, they care about quality quality. Everyone cares about quality. So for this demand finally being met, we have good quality vehicles being sent over, which is going to have a positive effect as well. And keep in mind, I'm not saying the quality right now currently in the United States is bad. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that so far from the information that we've gotten from the news regarding the Shanghai Gigafactory, they are saying that the quality on the Model 3s is actually really good, which is, of course, a great thing. That's what you want to hear. And so I just wanted to emphasize that so far what we've heard from the Shanghai Gigafactory, it's actually really good news regarding the quality of those vehicles that are now said to be being exported to Europe. So that's pretty huge also. And then finally, we have a news piece from Yonhap News Agency. I have no idea if I'm saying that correct or not, but as it states, the title says, Tesla further expands presence in South Korea on EV demand. And so just to address some of the key points of this article, it states Tesla Motors posted explosive sales growth in South Korea this year on the back of growing appetite for electric vehicles and fat subsidies, industry data showed on Sunday. Tesla sold a total of 10,518 vehicles here from January to September, accounting for a whopping 79.6% of the country's EV sales. And then it states in September alone, the U.S. electric car maker sold 2,056 vehicles, making up more than 91% of total EV sales here. So just keep in mind, out of the 10,518 sold just this past year alone from January to September, 2,056 of that number was sold in September alone, with Tesla taking up 91% of the EV market alone in just South Korea. So it's actually really interesting because it seems so far that the market share for Tesla in South Korea and the United States are actually really similar. I think the United States currently is like 82% or 81 point something percent. So just the fact that we're seeing a huge similarity from like January to September in South Korea being around 80%, and then especially in September alone being 91% of the market share, that's very similar to the United States. So it's pretty similar to see this comparison between the market share, and it really shows how dominant Tesla is as a company, as an EV automaker for their sales in South Korea. So that's pretty huge as well. But anyways, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and also feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get some free stocks, and especially with Webull right now, you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600, and to get that, all you have to do is sign up with my referral link and deposit $100 into your account. Keep in mind, you can take that $100 right back out after you get your free stocks, so it's basically just nice passive income with minimal effort, and it also helps support the channel as well, in which I'll get some free stocks. So anyways, I just wanted to let y'all know about that, but I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.